Let's start. Find a comfortable seat. Use blanket, use pillow, rising in your spine. When you need to stay down on your back, please stay where you are. And join us later in sitting. With your eyes closed, bringing this awareness, this attention towards yourself, your hands resting on your knees or in front of your belly. Connecting with your breath, natural breath. Feeling this gentle flow, effortless, without anything to do, observing your natural breath. Lauter. Willst du nicht noch kurz mitgehen? Lisa kann auch nach hinten sitzen. Dann habt ihr mehr Platz. And observing how you're feeling this morning. We are so quick getting out, preparing next yoga, breakfast, whatever we do. And we are losing this awareness, this space. How am I? How do I feel? How do I sense? At the beginning, it needs some time. And then it becomes more and more natural in all what we do. At the beginning, we need to cut out time, put attention, put awareness, and then it starts to integrate. So maybe you feel already weeks practice, continuously practicing, how it integrates in your being. Being more awake, being more aware, allowing yourself sensing, allowing yourself feeling, allowing yourself bringing your awareness in. It's like we strengthen this muscle when we train physically. We need to strengthen this muscle of self-awareness. It is the same practice. Bringing your mind, calming down. And we can't stop thinking. We can be bringing our awareness, our interest into this space between these thoughts. When you tell yourself, stop thinking, mind spins even more. All where you would put your attention, this is what you get. When you put attention on pain, because from sitting you feel, there is a bit of a straining, the pain gets bigger and bigger. If you put your attention in letting this pain be here, allowing and feeling this space in between the pain, like you're feeling this space in between every thought. You can allow your mind calming as you're not so interested in this constant ning, 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 ning. So focusing on this space creating for today. Like in your in and exhaling, there's every time there is a little pause. There's action, pause. All what's happening, there is this space holding it. Getting interested in the points or getting interested in space. So allowing yourself being interested in space, in peace, in harmony, without cutting anything out, without pushing anything away. And gently start focusing on your breath. Letting your breath growing fuller and stronger. And taking for your next inhaling a count of 2, 3, 4, 5, holding your breath, activating your Mula Bandha pelvis floor, rising in your spine with your exhaling. Stay with your Mula Bandha and your exhaling, bringing your chin towards your sternum. 3, 2, 1. Holding Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhaling 2, releasing 2, 3, 4, 5. Your chin releases. Exhaling. With your exhaling, you want to activating your bandhas, Mula Bandha, and bringing your chin towards your sternum. In your inhaling, releasing your bandhas, bringing your head back in your neutral, filling your body, filling and taking one more inhaling until you inhale for 6, holding. Exhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activating your bandhas. Inhaling, releasing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. Exhaling, chin, sternum, Mula Bandha, activating 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. Slowly and gently exhaling, very slow, very conscious until your last 3, 2, 1. Last round with 8. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slowly exhaling. Slowly, slowly. 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, release, giving yourself a moment, entering your natural breath. Can you feel this space in you? Bom dia, Pedro. Oi, quem tá aqui? Ai, Rachel, bom dia. Bringing your arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head. Grabbing with your right hand, your left wrist, lengthening, exhaling, breathing. Inhaling, neutral, other side, left hand grabbing right. Inhaling, neutral, twisting to your right side, left hand outside, right knee, gaze over your shoulder. Bringing awareness in your bandhas, activating these subtle energies you're storing. Inhaling back into your neutral, arms over your head, exhaling to your left side. Inhaling back into your neutral, bending your left elbow with your right hand, helping to opening your armpit, lengthening your spine. Let your head be in line with your neck. So you don't want to bring your head squeezed forward. Inhaling, releasing arms and bending your right with your left hand, helping. Inhaling, releasing, opening your arms and gaze towards the ceiling as if you want to hug this universe. Exhaling, crossing with your arms and giving yourself a hug, finding your fingertips on your shoulder blades and giving yourself a tiny, sweet little shaking, as if you can hold yourself in your arms like a little baby, giving yourself this care, this warmth. Releasing your arms, sweep your arms over your head one more time, hugging this universe, these stars, this moon, all these planets, and crossing your arm. Bring your other arm in front one more time, chin towards your sternum. Stay long in your spine and giving yourself a bit of a shaking. Careful. Releasing your arms, sweep your arms over your head with your right hand, finding the left side of your head, opening your palm of your hand, and as if there is a wall, you want to pushing this wall towards the side and releasing your right ear towards your right shoulder. Turning your palm of your hand into your back and letting yourself walking with your arm into your back, finding this sweet little spot in your head neck. And gently your right hand finds the right side of your head. Bring your head back into your neutral and releasing your arms. Sweep your arms over your head. Left hand outside, right. Bring your hand. You want to flexing your hand. This is it. Helping to find this nice little stretching in your back neck. Turning your palm of your hand back and letting your arm reaching behind. So you find this nice little spot. Bring your hand on the outside, your left side, and with your head, bring your head back into your neutral, your arms on your side. Sweep your arms over your head, crossing with your wrists. One hand in front, turning your hands around, grasping your fingers, releasing your shoulders, bringing your elbows towards the side, releasing your shoulder blades. Opening your fingers and bringing your hands in front of you, turning your hands, opening your arms, inhaling. Your other wrist comes in front, turning your fingers around, grasping your hands and releasing your shoulders and gently pushing your elbows towards the side. Gently bending these elbows, feeling this movement in your shoulders. Deep breath, steady breath. Exhaling, releasing your hands, opening your fingers and bringing your hands around, arms over, reaching forward. Find your tabletop, stretching out your legs for a moment from sitting, this holding, giving yourself a bit, if you want to have a bit more movement, finding, stretching. And find your kneeling, your seat meeting, your heels, stretching out the thighs, finding a long spine, Mula Bandha active, shoulders. When we say Mula Bandha active, we want to gently, these horizontal layers we have in our body, normally muscles going more vertical, doing this, or stretching, whatever. We do have these horizontal layers. Mula Bandha, this pelvis floor, you want to gently lifting it up. It's not squeezing. It is this idea that you can bring your pelvis floor gently lifting up internally towards your belly button and up towards your heart. This psoas muscle, it is called the muscles of the soul. You can strengthen it while you're working with your Mula Bandha and finding a bit more length, bringing your arms on your side, crossing with your right arm, left arm on top, wriggling your arms around, lifting your elbows, pushing them forward, creating a bit more space in your shoulders, releasing your head, eagle arms. When your shoulders are really a bit tight, you can bring your hands on your shoulders. You don't need to bring your fingers around. From here, Mula Bandha active, heels active, knees active. You want to work with your torso. So you're lifting your elbows, finding a sweet little back bending. And as if you're folding over a ball, you're pushing your belly button back, rounding your spine. Inhaling, releasing your Mula Bandha, lifting your elbow, arching, and Mula Bandha, chin towards your sternum, rounding your spine. Inhaling, strengthening your core. Exhaling. Working with Mula Bandhas gives you more space internally, gives you more strength internally. It's less muscle strength. One more time. Exhaling. Inhaling, coming back in your neutral, releasing your hands, bringing your hands on your shoulders, and with your hands, imagine there is a wall. You want to push towards the side with all, bringing it down. Releasing your arms, interlacing your fingers in your back, pressing your hands, opening your chest, exhaling, folding forward, forehead meets the floor. Inhaling as if there is somebody pushing you up from your hands, coming back into your kneeling, releasing your hands under your shoulders, fingers pointing towards your knees, opening your chest, and from here you want to lifting your seat, stretching out your thighs. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral, reaching forward from your arms, Curling your toes, lifting your seat. Find your first downward facing dog. Paddling with your feet. Bending your knees, flow into your child pose for a moment. Palms of your hands facing up, forehead meeting the floor. Softening your palms of your hands. Tucking your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, finding back into your kneeling, your arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head. Exhaling, bringing your arms towards the side, crossing with your left arm first, right arm on top, wriggling your arms around, finding your fingers, releasing your head. Maybe you need to bring your hands on your shoulders when this is a tiny bit too stretchy for you, releasing your forehead, pushing your elbows a tiny bit further away, creating a bit more space in your shoulder joints. Where is your Mula Bandha? Your belly. With your next inhaling, lifting your elbows, and from your belly, you're arching, squeeze your shoulder blades, really making yourself very open, exhaling, pushing your belly button in, rounding your spine. Inhaling, releasing Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Ilyana Bandha. Exhaling, Mula Bandha, belly button, rounding. Inhaling. Exhaling one more time. Inhaling, finding back in your center, releasing your hands on your shoulders. Imagine you're pushing a wall towards the side, really pushing this wall. Releasing your arms, grasping your fingers behind, pushing your hands together, opening your chest, inhaling, floating forward, arms over your head towards the ceiling. Deepening breath. Hello, Anna, you are here as well. Breath. Inhaling, coming back into your kneeling, releasing your hands, planting them under your shoulders, gazing forward, rooting down from your feet, from your knees, lifting yourself up. Exhaling, coming onto your seat, reaching forward from your arms, table, toes curling, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog. Pedaling these feet, walking your heels, breathing. Where is your Mula Bandha in this position? Do not lose the awareness of the depth of your breath. Stepping your feet together, right leg lifting towards the ceiling, staying square with your hips. And then from here, you want to pushing your foot towards your left side, long leg. Long leg, you don't want to open your hip here, you want to pushing to opening this whole side. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral, bending your knee towards your chest and stepping your right foot between your hands, pushing with your heel in your aeroplane, coming halfway, activating your back heel. Inhaling, high lunge, lifting your arms over your head, bending your front knee, left arm reaches forward, right arm reaching back, finding your twisting, your right arm releasing, finding a bind with your left thigh, lifting your right arm and gaze over your right shoulder, seeing your back heel. Exhaling, planting your hand, left hand joining your right, stepping back in your downward facing dog, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling. Stay square with your hips, fingers spreading wide. And then you're pushing with your foot towards the opposite side. So lengthening by your hands pressing. Inhaling, coming back in your neutral, bending your knees, stepping your foot between your hands, aeroplane. Heart reaches forward, heel is reaching back. Breath coming a tiny bit higher. Connecting your center of your chest with your heel. One reaches forward, the other is reaching back. Breath, come a tiny bit higher. Long neck, breath. Inhaling in your high lunge, releasing your front knee, arms floating, and you want to twisting. Opposite arm reaches forward, bending your front knee a tiny bit more, Elena. Raise front knee a tiny bit more. Breathe, finding a bind with your back arm, lifting your front arm. Breathe. Where is your Mula Bandha? Activating your bandhas. Breathe, inhaling, coming back in your neutral, releasing your hands onto the floor, stepping back in your downward facing dog. Inhaling, come in your high plank. Exhaling, releasing your knees, your toes listen, bending your elbows, gazing forward, and then from here you want to rooting down your knees, flexing your knees, flexing your feet, holding you. Breathe. Long spine, activating your Mula Bandha. Breathe. Breathe. Exhaling, releasing your toes. And from here, you're folding your elbows, inhaling, reaching, rolling back your shoulders, spreading your thick elbows. Exhaling, pushing yourself back, downward, facing dog. Breath. Stepping your feet together, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling, inhaling, exhaling, stepping your right foot on the outside of your right hand, open it 45 degrees, releasing your knee, your toes stay on your hands. Breath. Walking your hands forward, maybe you have a bit more space, you can come down onto your elbows, maybe you want to grabbing your blocks, helping you to lifting yourself up a tiny bit to bring your elbows onto your blocks. When this is a tiny bit too much for you, you always can stay with your hands. Curling your back toes under, lifting your back leg, gazing forward. staying here, or maybe you can open your right hip a tiny bit more, coming on the outer side of your foot. Bringing your left hand in front of your face. Maybe with your right hand you can, on your fleshy part, helping to opening up a tiny bit more. Breath. Reach with your right arm towards the ceiling, stacking your shoulders. Breath. Exhaling, releasing your left knee, your left toes, reaching behind. Stay, or maybe you can bending your knee and grabbing with your hand your foot. Your right hip is opening, stretching out your psoas. Breathe. Breath. Inhaling, exhaling, release, planting your hand onto the floor, stepping back in your high plank, lifting your seat with a big exhaling. Down dog. Breath. Inhaling, coming in your high plank. Exhaling, releasing your knees, releasing your toes. We want to do this one more time. Bending your elbows slightly, your chest between your hands, and then you're lifting your knees, you're bending your knees, sorry, lifting your feet, flexing your feet. Gazing 20, 30 centimeters forward, long spine, making sure you do not fall in your shoulders, lifting yourself out. Soft in your elbows, David, softening, this is it. Spreading your fingers wider. Breath, releasing your toes and chin chest, meeting the floor. Inhaling. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Breath, stepping your feet together, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling. Inhaling, bending your knees, stepping your left foot on the outside of your left hand. First, you're releasing your right knee, your right toes, giving your hips a moment to settling, to find this pose. So your left foot is 45 degrees open, your left knee over your left foot, that you do not hurt your knee here, hip. Coming down onto your elbows when this is available, curling your back toes under and stretching out your back leg. Go step by step. Do not overstep too quickly, you're hurting yourself. Breathe. Maybe you want to come back onto your hands, letting your left hip open with your left hand. Do not use your knee. Coming a tiny bit higher on the fleshy part to not hurting your joint. Stay, maybe your arm flows towards the ceiling. Breath. Exhaling, releasing your back knee, releasing your back toes, reaching back. Stay, or maybe you're lifting, bending your knee and finding, pushing your heel far away. You don't want to bring your heel towards your seat, pushing it away, that you can opening this whole front side. We've been preparing for this already. Breath. Breath. Inhaling, exhaling, releasing your hands, stepping back in your high plank, releasing your knees, your toes, folding your elbows, only a tiny bit, lifting, bending your knees, flexing your feet, gazing forward, creating a long spine. Breath. This is less strength, more breath. Mula Bandha, activating. Exhaling, releasing, chin chest, meeting the floor, flowing into your cobra. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. shaking your head, letting yourself exhaling 3 times with a big, big mouth open, like, inhaling and inhaling and squeezing your face, playing with your face. Do you find this softness in your pose? Do you put your awareness on strength, on holding? Can you put your awareness, space, this space around you, this space in you? Bending your knees, gaze between your hands, walking your feet forward between your hands, hugging your elbows and softening, turning to one side, to the other side, becoming seaweed, letting your arms releasing and letting your hands sliding from one side to the other side. Soft touch, fingers, arms. Back into your neutral, interlacing your fingers, bringing your hands on the back of your skull, closing your elbows, letting yourself stay for a moment, lengthening this poor little neck, softening in your shoulders. Releasing your arms, lengthening your left leg, bending your right knee, walking with your hands towards your right side, gazing under your armpit, a nice little stretch on your left IT band, this side of your thighs, inhaling back into your neutral, gently lengthening your right, softening your left, walking with your left, with your hands to your left side, feeling this gentle stretch. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral, lengthening your spine, lifting yourself up halfway. Soft. Inhaling, lifting up one more time, bringing your hands on your knees. Soft, give yourself a massage on your knees. Really giving yourself a bit of a massage. We are closing these knees so often, letting your hands sliding along your shin bones, finding with your hands your heels coming along your calf muscle and behind your knees, warming these knees. Lifting yourself up, finding your hands behind on your sit bones, lengthening, gazing forward. Bringing your hands around in your inner groins, pressing your side and staying soft in your knees. Exhaling, folding forward with your hands, inhaling your hands around, lifting yourself up, hands on your seat, and you're coming in, you're standing, releasing your arms, sliding your arms over your head, exhaling, folding forward, bending your knees, stepping your right foot back in a long runner's lunge, releasing your knee, releasing your toes, crescent moon lunge, inhaling. Exhaling, bringing your arms on your side, crossing with your right, left arm on top, wriggling your arms around. And what we've done in sitting, lifting your elbows, and you want to find a sweet little back bend. Exhaling, releasing your arms, planting your hands, stepping back in your downward facing dog. Inhaling, high plank. Exhaling, knees, chin, chest, or Chaturanga, Dandasana, what you would like to do. Exhaling, spreading your fingers, Maria. Find your downward facing dog, stepping your feet together, inhaling your right leg towards the ceiling, stepping your left foot between your hands, long runners lunge, fingertips, inhaling, breathe. Right leg, did I say left? Huh?
Right leg up, left.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Right leg up, right leg between your hands. Gazing forward, sorry. And you're stepping both feet. Inhaling, coming halfway. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, one breath, come in, you're standing. Bring your prayer. Arms, Tadasana, left and right. Left side, wanna start. Inhaling your arms over your head, and then we do left. Exhaling, folding forward, stepping your left foot back, releasing your knee, releasing your toes, crescent moon lunge. Inhaling, opening your arms towards your side, left arm first, right arm on top, wriggling your arms or bring your hands on your shoulders, lifting your elbows. Your hips staying front, like we've done in sitting. You want to find your mulab under active, arching. Breath. I know it's a wobbly business. Breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling. Planting your hands. Stepping your left foot back in your downward facing dog, finding a vinyasa of your choice. Inhaling, high plank, knees, chin, chest, or chaturanga, dandasana. Inhaling. Exhaling in your downward facing dog, stepping your feet together, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling. Inhaling. Exhaling your left foot between your hands, long runners lunge. Inhaling, gazing forward. Exhaling, both feet in front. Inhaling, halfway, folding forward. One breath. Inhaling. Exhaling, bring your prayer, releasing your arms. Sweep your arms over your head. Keep on dancing. Exhaling, folding forward, bending your knees, stepping your right foot back, open it 45 degrees. Second warrior, right arm reaches forward, windmill back, right hip, opening, left hip stays in front, softening your arms. Breath. Bending your front knee, Elena, David, Eva. Palm of your hand flipping open, reversed warrior, and you stay bending your knee. Breathe, Lisa, bending your knee. Breathe. Elena, bending your front knee. Breathe. Inhaling, coming back in your second warrior, releasing your left elbow. And lengthening your right arm, side ankle, breath. You can releasing your hand from the inside when you are used to the practice. Breath. Pinky finger turning towards the floor. Breath. You can use your block just around. Inhaling, coming back in your second warrior. You're turning halfway forward, your right arm reaches around, one more, eagle arms. And from here, you're bending your knee, lifting yourself up. Stay bending your knee. Breathe. Deepening breath, bending your front knee, Elena. Inhaling, releasing your arms, planting your hands, stepping your right a tiny bit more back, long runner's lunge, gazing forward, stepping back in your downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa, stay in your down dog. Find your child pose, always available. Eva, when you're coming down, avoid bringing your elbows towards the side. When you're coming down, gazing forward, bringing your elbows glued to your body, what we've done, and stay with your toes. Inhaling, coming forward. Elbow. The problem is you're gazing between your hands. They're gazing forward with your chest. You have automatically more strength. You're getting afraid and you think, oh my God, I'm not coming down. And then you're letting yourself floating towards the side. Very human. No worries. You're not the only one on this planet. You're gazing forward. They're gazing forward. Elbows glue, 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 glue. Ja, mach, helf ihr. Und guck dir das an. Das ist genau das. Und wenn du jetzt deine Zehen noch unten lässt, dann ist es perfekt. And let everyone meet in downward facing dog. Breath. Spreading these fingers. Deepening your breath. When you feel it's more exhausting, it's quite possible because you're working nicely with your bandhas. Activating this bandhas, it releases a lot of stored energy. Parts we like, parts we don't like. Bending your knees, gaze between your hands. Hopping, walking, stepping forward. Inhaling, coming halfway. Folding forward. One breath in your standing. Exhaling, bringing your prayer. Releasing your arms, left side, wanna work. Inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward, bending your knees, stepping your left foot back, open it 45 degrees. Reaching forward with your left arm, windmill back. While you're windmilling back, you want to opening your torso, your hip, breath. Sensing, feeling space in you. Reversed warrior, palm of your hand, flipping open. Stay bending your knee. Breath. Martina, bend your front knee a tiny bit more. This is it. Inhaling, reaching forward from your arms, releasing your elbow, reach with your arm over your head. Breath. You can releasing your arm inside if you are used to the practice. Inhaling, coming back in your second warrior. And then from here, you want to turning 45 degrees forward. Your left arm reaches, right arm on top, wriggling your arms, bending your knee, and lifting your elbows. Breath. Mula Bandha. Breath. With your exhaling, you're activating this Mula Bandha. With your inhaling, releasing. Inhaling, coming back in your neutral, releasing your arms, gazing forward, stepping back in your downward facing dog. Stay in your down dog, finding a vinyasa, child pose, always available. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Stay here, spreading wings. softening elbow. Stay soft in your elbows. Energy from your hands in your shoulder blades. This is it. Feel the difference. Nourish yourself with your breath. Inhaling, bending your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward. Between your hands, inhaling halfway, folding with your exhaling. Inhaling, one breath. Exhaling, bringing your prayer, Tadasana for a moment, softening, breathing. Do you feel this inner space growing? This inner space, all what there is, can be included without pushing anything away, throwing it out. Press, arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling, exhaling, folding forward, stepping your right foot back, stay on your toes, come into your high lunge, arms over your head, breathe, interlacing your fingers, pressing your hands, bending your front knee, releasing your shoulders. Bending your front knee even a tiny bit more. Bending your back leg, your right knee, hover it 2-3 centimeters over the floor. Stay. Exhaling, releasing your knee, releasing your toes, planting your hands. And from here, you want to shooting, bringing your right heel 2 centimeters in your center, and you want to sitting back on your heel with your first chakra. If this is really difficult, for some people it's really difficult in knee, for some people it's really painful in Mula Bandha, you always can come in your Shanu Shirshasana. All okay. If you can sit, you're sitting on your first chakra and even a tiny bit more activating your Mula Bandha. Breathe. Flexing your front foot. Inhaling your arms. Exhaling, folding forward. Or you stay with your hands, supporting you. I know it's really intense for some people. Breathe. Shanu Shirshasana, always available. Breathe. And when there is training, when there is a bit of a more dense sensation, breathing even deeper. As soon there is a discomfort, as soon there is something we don't like, we try to push it away. Can you softening in, even it is challenging? Inhaling, gazing forward, exhaling, coming into your sitting, letting your hands sliding behind, gazing towards your ceiling. You can do this as well in your Shanu Shirshasana. Now you don't do what we do when people sitting. You're reaching forward with your left foot, lifting your seat. You don't do, you're hurting your knee. Lifting yourself up in Shanu Shirshasana, don't do. Exhaling, coming back down. And from here, you're reaching forward from your heart, planting your foot, curling your toes, lengthening, and you're stepping back in your downward facing dog, spreading your fingers wide. Stay in your down dog, or you're taking a vinyasa of your choice. Martina, elbows gazing forward. Elbows, yeah, soft in your elbows. Sorry, I didn't bring my mat. And then from here, you want to pulling. I know with over flexible, you don't know. It's elbows gazing, and then you're gazing forward, folding, folding, folding your elbows, glued to your body. You will... Die Ellenbogen, wenn die, guck mal, wenn die so nach vorne gehen, das ist overflexible, das heißt, das haben nicht alle.
Ja, das habe ich auch.
Genau. Und dann möchtest du, dass die sich angucken.
Okay,
Das
heißt,
Innere. Genau. Schultern, 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 Ellbogen, guck nach vorne mit deinem, ja. Ach, wir kriegen das noch hin. Sorry, people in cyberspace, we needed to do a tiny bit more adjustment here. Inhaling, rolling back the shoulders. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Breathe, stepping your feet together, bending your knees, gazing between your hands. And from here, you're exhaling forward. Inhaling, coming halfway. Folding forward. Utkatasana, bending your knees, lifting your prayer. Rolling back the shoulders. Bending your knees, Elena, David. Exhaling, folding forward, stepping your left foot back in your high lunge, lifting yourself up, shoulders interlacing fingers, pointing with your index finger, bending your front knee, Maria, and releasing your shoulders. Bending your front knee a tiny bit more, pushing your heel. When you connect your heel with your chest, then you can reaching forward from your heart and pushing, and you're opening your inner groins. Bending your front knee even a tiny bit more, and then you're bending your left knee, hammer it 2-3 centimeters over the floor, holding, Lisa, breathe. Activating your bandhas, your breath, exhaling, releasing your knee, your toes. Your left heel 2 centimeters towards your center, and you want to sitting on your heel. Remember, Shirshasana, always available. Lifting yourself up a tiny bit, and you're activating your Mula Bandha. Stay, or arms folding forward, or you're helping with your hands. Can you softening into these a bit more intense sensations? Inhaling, gazing, exhaling, coming back in your sitting, letting your hands sliding behind under your shoulders. Shirshasana, people, lifting your heart. All the other ones, reaching forward from your right foot, lifting your seat. Exhaling, coming back down onto your seat. And reaching forward from your heart, planting your hands, curling your back toes, stepping back, downward, facing dog. Stay in your down dog, taking a vinyasa, child pose, always available. And taking your most beautiful vinyasa for today with your elbows. Breathe. And let's find everyone downward, facing dog. Bending your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, walking, stepping. Inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward. One breath in your standing. Exhaling, bringing your prayer. Hands on your hips, eagle pose. We've been preparing for this. So you're stepping your feet, softening in your knees, bringing weight on your left side, lifting your right knee, planting your right knee on top of your left. Maybe you can wriggling your foot around. If this hurts your knee, you stay with your foot next to your calf muscles. And from here, you're bending your knee. Fristi. Breath. Inner gaze. Soft in your eyes. Maybe you're finding one point you want to focus to, bringing your arms on your side. When you had your foot broken, it's really difficult. Crossing with your right, left arm on top, wriggling your arms around, lifting your elbows. Shoulders. Stay, or maybe you can come into your sleeping eagle. You're bending your knees, bringing your belly in, rounding your spine, folding forward, activating Mula Bandha. Breath. Breath. Versuch deine Zehen zu öffnen. Es geht bei dem schwierig. Ja. Genau, weil wenn du so einkühlst, ist es natürlich schwierig. Versuch dich so zu balancieren. Mit einem Fuß auf dem anderen. Knie. Genau. Ja. Ist ein bisschen einfacher. And slowly, slowly, sorry people, coming back into your standing, releasing your foot, your arms on your side, bending your knees, Utkatasana, to rooting down from your feet, lifting your prayer. Exhaling, lengthening your arms on your side, stepping feet, and you want to treat your other side, bringing your hands, so your hips want to facing front, your knees want to be really nice and soft, your feet nice and open. Weight towards your right side. When you are unsure, you can play a tiny bit, bringing one foot, the other foot, to helping to connect. And then you're finding your right knee bending, lifting your left, planting your left on top of your right. Maybe you can wriggle your foot around. When your knee is sensitive, please stay with your foot around, bending your standing knee, David. Yes. Breath. And lower down your seat a tiny bit more, Lisa. Pushing your belly in, that you're rounding a tiny bit more. Bending your front knee. Breath. Finding your variations. Sleeping eagle. What we've done before. Mula Bandha, belly button. Rounding your spine. You do not want to folding forward. You want to really coming into your sleeping. Rounding. Inhaling slowly, coming back. Your arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, bending your knees, Utkatasana. Inhaling. Exhaling, bringing your prayer in front of your chest, folding forward, lengthening Uttanasana. Bending your knees, planting your hands, jumping back, taking a vinyasa, or let's meet in downward facing dog of your choice. You can jumping or you meet. Downward facing dog, spreading these fingers and start gazing between your hands. First with your eyes, and then you're walking your hands closer, your feet closer, sorry, feet closer, your hands stay. Until you bring your shoulders over your wrists, your heart between your hands, and then you're softening your knees and you're trying, kicking up in your headstand. 3 times with your right, 3 times with your left. You do not need to coming up. They are kicking up. So you want to kicking up and you keep on gazing. Not important if you can come up. Breathe. Öffne deine Hände. And your next time, you're kicking up one more time and you're coming down into your child pose, bringing your fingers around, forehead touches the floor. Soft. Are you aware of your Mula Bandha? Breath. Now you're letting it soften. Diaphragm, Uddiyana Bandha. This big muscle, or it's not really a muscle. It's a big fiber helping you to breathe, connected to your ribs. Your head heavy. Your fingers soft. Tucking your tailbone and rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, your shoulders rolling back and down, sitting on one side, swinging your legs in front, pushing with your hands, your flesh to the side, and you want to folding in your right knee and your right heel, your right foot comes 3-4 centimeters on the outside of your right seat. So you're bringing your foot outside, your knee stays over your foot. It doesn't mean your knee floats towards the side. It is your foot coming towards the side. That you can bring both of your arms in line, in between your legs. You're reaching forward from both of your arms, feeling how you create a bit more space in your inner groins. And then your right arm, reaching around your left arm. Maybe you can finding a bind with your hands, opening your chest, squaring shoulders, exhaling, folding. When this is a tiny bit too far away, you stay, both hands reaching forward, you bring your upper arm on your shin bone, and then you're reaching with your right arm towards the side, gazing forward. This is a really nice preparation to create a bit more space. And Martina, your foot comes a bit more to the side, that you do not let your knee floating and hurting your ankle. You want to stay in your hip. Breathe, this is it. Breathe, inhaling. Exhaling, folding tight. Inhaling, coming back in your sitting, lengthening both of your legs and your left leg. And you really want to bring your foot. Bring your foot, normally you bend and your foot is in line with your seat. And then you're bringing your foot 2-3 centimeters on the other side, or 3-4. That your knee stays over your foot. You bring shoulders, reaching forward. And then from here, stay with your right, and maybe your left arm can reaching around, and then you're finding a bind, or you stay. Breathe. Eva, you can, you take a belt. You all have a belt, and you bring your bring your foot on the side. You have your foot far too close. Yes, look at this. And then you bring your knee over your foot. This is it. Inhaling, Exhaling, folding forward a tiny bit more. Inhaling back into your neutral, releasing your arms, lengthening your legs and giving them a tiny bit of a shaking. Walking forward from your seat. First 3/4 of your mat, folding in your knees, planting your feet. 2 choices. You can taking some rock and rolls, really letting yourself rolling back and forth. When you don't want to do, and you come down slowly, first sacrum, sitting, and then you're bringing yourself a tiny bit lower and you coming back in your sitting. So please choose if you want to take some nice rock and rolls or if you want to take it slowly. And your last time, staying on your spine, hugging your knees towards your chest, releasing shoulders, connecting with Mother Earth, with gravity. Planting your feet hip width apart onto the floor next to your seat, spreading your toes, bringing your hands on your lower belly. And from here, you're lifting your hips only 2-3 centimeters while you're pressing your feet into the floor, your shoulders into the floor, letting your hips become very heavy and start shaking, that you're bumping with your sacrum gently onto the floor, finding a deep, deep sound deep down in your belly, a deep And with your next inhaling, lifting your hips a tiny bit higher while you're pressing your feet. No force in your, no strength in your hips. Exhaling, releasing the sacrum, feeling this weight. Breath. And from here, you're flowing into your Savasana, hopefully nicely rooted below your belly button, nicely heavy, feeling this vibration deep down. Your fingers soft. Your arms heavy. Your eyes turning in. Feeling this inner space between this constant streaming thoughts. Letting go. Like you're gazing towards the night sky, seeing the stars. And when you focus on these stars, on the bright points, you see only bright points. When you focus in between the bright points, there are more and more and more stars appearing. Letting yourself sink deeper and being surprised of this huge big variety of being you are. There is so much more to be discovered. When you're allowing yourself surrender. Bones heavy. Let go this holding back. And there is a sweet little story of surrender. The kiss of sunlight. This morning, the sunlight kisses the mist over the mountains, and the mist dissolves, saying, yes, yes. Once a small river was traveling across a great distance to the sea. On its journey, it came to the edge of the desert and found it could not flow through the heat and sand. From above, the sun spoke to it, saying, dissolve into me, and I will carry you out across the desert. The stream, of course, was frightened. To the stream, this seemed like dying. It seemed like craziness and foolhardiness in the extreme. But something in the sun's whisper touched the river's heart. Something about the sun's beauty seduced it, called to its true essence, and it gave itself up into the sun's brilliance. Drawn into the sky, the moisture traveled across the desert as cloud and, on the other side, fell as life-giving rain back to the earth to become a stream again. We are like this. We are the stream flowing toward the ocean of enlightenment, and we are stopped at the edge of samsara's desert. The all-God Mother Buddha whispers in our ear, I have a way. Come, listen to my words, walk my path. Can we let our hardened hearts melt in the warm rays of compassion? Can we let our form or insistence of concretizing everything slip away and take on the sublime, intangible form of wisdom's brilliance? Bit of a teaching of Buddha, of the meaning of the yoga practice. Walking this path, finding these stones in our way, embracing them like we need to embrace a very challenging time right now. Fighting against, not sure if this is what it's needed right now. So letting yourself start breathing, feeling this energy traveling back into your fingers, in your toes. Feeling this warm body and letting yourself be surprised. Spontaneous movement might want to happening, like playing with your fingers, hugging yourself, stretching yourself. And when you feel ready, bending your knees towards your chest and flow to your right side. with your left hand in front of your chest. Press yourself up and find a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest, your eyes closed. And maybe spontaneously, you know where is your place, asking for surrender. And maybe you want to just set this intention for you today, for the next days. Surrender, trust, walking your own path in beauty, in grace. And to seal and set this class to finish. Let's finish with one deep, long sounding Om, starting together. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. Have a beautiful Friday. Namaste. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming again and again. Cyberspace people. Hope to see you.